Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Continue to spread the word. We are back and out of Rotterdam's convention. What an incredible event. We'll talk a little bit about it here in a few minutes. We're going to give everybody a few more minutes as they jump on here. Let's continue to spread the word. Welcome to today's class. Took you for granted, but don't leave me stranded here. I need you. Way down, if I fall without you, I know I hurt you and I don't deserve you, but don't leave me now. Leave me now. Stay until the morning light. You're right, I'm done. I know right where I belong. I'm yours, I'm wrong. Yeah. I know I hurt you and I don't deserve you, but don't leave me. Took you for granted, but don't leave me stranded here. I need you. Way down, if I fall without you, I know I hurt you and I don't deserve you, but don't leave me now. Alrighty. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? If you haven't already, post where you're tuning in from in the comments. Any team chats, Telegram, Discords, iMessage chats, let them know that DeFi Mike is live. Very excited that you guys are here. We are just coming out of our Rotterdam convention. We literally had like 7,000 to 8,000 people over in Europe. And now we are getting ready for our US event happening this weekend in Orlando, Florida. So if you're in the US, that is a must-attend event. Now, we have obviously been traveling, myself and Kurt, so, we're going to be making up some of those sessions. We have we have so much in store. We have some announcements that if you guys were in Rotterdam, you guys saw about the entire DCX Futures. We will have more announcements on that in the Orlando convention, and then leaving Orlando, we're going to be having a massive go live, really excited to be breaking that down to you all. But today we had NFT Tuesday earlier. We had the roundtable at 4. And really today's class is really focused and centered around the charts. Are there tickets still available? Yes, there are. Just go to imacademy.events. I believe tickets are still there before the regional sells out. Now, today's class, we are going to be spending some time on the charts, but I do want to go over a couple things with you, okay? Because we're seeing a lot of projects, right? Like XRP, if you guys have been on my sessions. I mean, literally, from June of last year to even now, we've been giving you so many different opportunities to get into this. So hopefully you've been paying attention, you're plugged into DCX, your teams are on DCX, and you're ready to go to the next level. Okay, so a couple key things here is one, is basically we're dealing with a lot of banks that are falling apart. And it really all starts, and I'll kind of just even type this here, where we had Silicon Valley Bank, right? Regulators came in, government stepped in, right? Because the FDIC insures up to $250,000. There were billions of dollars, right, that were really in deposits, and they did not know how they're going to borrow money. And really, how the FDIC works is this is the FDIC, okay, and all of these banks, right? If you're a bank, you have to put money basically in this basket. So you have all these banks putting money to the FDIC. Now the FDIC only has 1%. I think it's like 1.3% of all the money in supply. So they just gave pretty much all this money to Silicon Valley Bank to keep them, afloat, essentially. Okay? And you have all these banks that are depositing. Now, if another major bank takes a hit, you're going to see an implosion. You're going to see an implosion in these markets. And we're in a place right now where today, okay, I haven't heard if this is completely true yet, but from what I'm hearing is that the Fed, right, because the Fed is who bails out, right, these banks, the Fed printed $500 billion today. Tether printed $2 billion today in crypto. Now, the Fed printing $500 billion is a pretty bad sign for the dollar. Because what is that going to do to the value of the DXY? Essentially, we should start to see this push down into this level as we have expected and as we have talked about it. Really, we pulled back up, missed it by a little bit, and it is now pushing down really to our 96 target, right? Seeing if we can sweep these lows. Now, this will allow crypto, right? We've seen Bitcoin have a nice run, nice rally. Hopefully, you guys were on my session a week ago, right before we left to Europe. Okay, we talked about, right, this level. Literally on BTC. I literally had that marked up. Haven't even touched this chart. All right, potential buying zone. Market, huge rally. Bitcoin's at 28,000 right now. Let me know in the comments or the chats if somebody has asked you about crypto over the past the past week. Now that Bitcoin is literally up 40% in 10 days. Has anybody been like, oh, wow, crypto's back? How's that thing doing? You know what happens when the market rallies like this? Two things happen. All of the crypto gurus come out. So all the experts that disappeared, now they come back. And then the second thing that happens is now people who are scared and they know you do crypto, they come to you. 6 signups. Yep. Guess what? Now they're going to come to you and say, hey, well, I want to learn now. And I'm not telling you that there's not more upside or there's not, we're not going to be able to, expand higher and still, catch moves. But where were they at here? Where were they at here? Where were they at here? And that's just human emotions. What do I think about Shiba? We don't talk about meme coins on these sessions. So Shiba, Dogecoin, we're not even talking about it right now. Okay, we're not even talking about it. And we won't talk about it, to be honest. We're looking for real projects that have real intrinsic value, real utility, that aren't built on just speculation. Everything in crypto is speculative, right? Speculation drives price. Don't forget that. But we are going to look. Now, I do want to show this because this is really interesting.
Regional banks threaten contagion.
Our intervention was necessary to protect the broader U.S. banking system. And similar actions could be warranted if smaller institutions suffered deposit runs that pose the risk of contagion.
Let me explain what she just said. Deposit runs, she's really talking about people going to the bank and taking out their money. And what she just said, Janet Yellen, U.S. Treasury Secretary, is that if other banks, smaller banks, get hurt, she's open to saving them. What does that mean? Money printer go crazy.
Her comments came Tuesday at an American Bankers Association conference, more than a week after the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, closed the failing Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. Yellen said she believed the actions of the FDIC, the Federal Reserve, and the Treasury had reduced the risk of further bank failures that would have imposed losses on the bank-funded Deposit Insurance Fund.
Let me be clear.
Listen, guys.
The government's recent actions have demonstrated our resolute commitment to take the necessary steps to ensure that depositors' savings and the banking system remain safe.
Yellen did not provide.
So what she's saying is that they will do whatever it takes to keep these banks safe. Now, you know what they have to do? The government and the Fed are two different things. So now they have to go to the Fed, and they have to get Jerome Powell and the Fed, Federal Reserve, to print more money. Okay? Does everybody understand that you can't print more Bitcoin? And guys, Kurt is not on this session. This session on Tuesdays is just me. Me and Kurt will be back tomorrow. He's traveling back home to the United States, so let's pray for safe travel. I believe he should be getting home tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow. Okay, we haven't had any sessions because we were at convention, and guess what? Conventions are places that you got to get to. If you're in the United States, we got Orlando coming up here this week. So get to Orlando. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth being in that room with a lot of people asking questions. It's going to be a DCX show when we're on stage in Orlando this weekend, okay? So very, 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 very important to understand things like the money supply, right? I want you to take a look at this chart, okay? This is the United States money supply. What have they done? It's through time. This is the monthly chart. The U.S. money supply has just gone up. This is physical paper, right? Physical dollars. And we've seen this thing pull back, right? We saw it slightly pull back. And now we're starting to see it make its next move to the upside. Okay. This continues to go higher. It makes for more of a case for Bitcoin and for crypto. Can't print more Bitcoin. It's 21 million. That's it. But we can print more money. And as these banks go through their issues, guess what? It just makes more of a case for why crypto and why Bitcoin. So I really encourage you to be promoting these sessions, be on these sessions, and to really show up, right? Successful people show up regardless. So a couple key things here, a couple projects that we talk about, just two things. One is Polygon and Immutable X are both partnering with new ZK EVM, Ethereum Gaming Network. Polygon and Immutable are both heavyweights in the ETH scaling space today, because remember, these are both layer 2s built on ETH. The Polygon Labs and Immutable announced a strategic alliance to collaborate on the creation of Immutable ZK EVM, a new Ethereum scaling network that will soon will pair to soon launch Polygon tech with the Immutable platform. They aren't merging, okay? So they're not merging. They're going to be continuing their projects. Polygon's own ZK EVM mainnet is set to launch next week, while the existing Immutable X scaling network. So this is actually really good news for Polygon and Immutable X. These are both layer 2 projects. This is what we look for. This is what I've been really preaching about. This layer 2 push in the next run is going to be really, really, really key to the success of Ethereum. Okay, to the success of Ethereum. And that's what we are, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Polygon, Immutable X, Optimism. Okay, please write these projects down. We were able to get Optimism for free. Some of us got airdrop Optimism for free. And I actually have some other news for you. Arbitrum airdrop. I haven't gotten the details exactly, But Arbitrum airdrop is coming out, I believe, on March 23rd. Yep. So don't click on any links. And be very, very careful with, people trying to say, hey, the airdrop is ready right now. Click on this link. It looks like some of the tokens have already been released in an over-the-counter market. I would just wait for the main airdrop. Don't try to rush and get stuck holding or losing your wallet or losing your crypto. We'll get the details to exactly how they're going to be doing it, but the airdrop is going to grant about 11% of the supply to eligible Arbitrum users. So we're going to see how that is going to be released. I believe it'll be from the MetaMask. That's why we always want to use one or two different MetaMasks for like the bigger transactions, and then use burner wallets for the other transactions. So we'll talk more about that. But yeah, let's get into the charts, guys. Really here today. I want to really get into the charts with you. Oh yeah, this is important. Sweden's biggest pension fund, Alecta, this is really important actually, has sold all of its shares in the troubled U.S. lenders First Republic Bank at a loss of $728 million. Okay. Sweden's biggest pension fund just took a $700 million loss. Now, why do you think that? They're illiquid. They don't have money. There's a lot of issues going on with First Republic Bank as well. That's its own conversation for another day. I want to get to the charts. I don't want to spend all the time today talking about banks. We'll do that meet with me and Kurt tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. But, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, very, very, very important to understand that they're taking a loss because they don't have any money. And this is in Sweden. That can happen in the United States as well. Right? There's proposals in place in the United States to cut Medicare or Medicaid and Social Security. Okay, do you understand that 1/3 of people in the United States live off of the government? And if they don't get that income, I mean, it's going to be very interesting over the next couple of months, over the next couple of years in the United States, for sure. Okay, now in the talk of CBDCs, Florida is where I live. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis introduced a state legislation banning central bank digital currencies controlling and watching over people. This is very interesting. And if you don't know what a CBDC is, similar to stable coins in that they are pegged to the price of a sovereign currency like the US dollar, but CBDCs are issued and maintained by a nation state or central bank instead of minted by private companies on decentralized networks like Tether, Circle USDC, the two largest stablecoins by market cap. So this is very, 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 very interesting. I think Texas is going to do the same thing. They already launched a CBDC in China and in Asia, and obviously the US is dealing with all of these different issues and things, really trying to push CBDCs, and in Florida, that ain't happening. And that's just making a bigger case why Florida is the best state in the United States, and I'm sorry. So, grateful to live here, not really going anywhere. But, will there be more states that come out and do this? Because Florida wants to be pro-crypto, which means more money for the state of Florida. Okay? And if more states do this, this is very good from a standpoint of we want decentralization. CBDCs are against decentralization. Just wanted to bring up that here today. So if you guys were on a round table, I mean, I'm not going to go through all this right now, but how many people have been getting some results with the Swipecoin leveraged ideas? Okay, put something in the chat box. The leveraged ideas have been going crazy. Whew. I mean, you want to count some pips. 800, 1,000, 750, 500, 350. I mean, even Nick's XRP trade right now, this XRP trade is over 1,000 pips in profit right now. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. 36 cents. XRP is at 47 cents. Crypto is just different. Okay, it's just different. And right now we're seeing XRP. And that was while we were all traveling. Okay, XRP is mitigating this candle right here. Now, when I look at XRP on the higher time frames though, okay, kind of same thing. We're really trading into this candle. This has already been mitigated. Our next stop is 82 cents. There's really nothing holding ETH back from making a move. And if you want to think bigger and look at the higher time frames, you know, I mean, we could literally see, let's just go to the 2-week time frame. $1.15 is really my first target. So, guys, I really encourage you to show up to these Go Live sessions because we have been screaming these levels, okay, on XRP. We had this liquidity sweep on January 1st. Market came down, took this money, rebalanced itself right here, and is now. And I've been telling you guys, watch that trend line. Go back to my Tuesday classes and look at all that liquidity right here building up. Today, open, close, boom. And now we're trading into this level right here. So we could see some minor rejection here. Don't get scared if you see a huge pullback. Really, the rest of the market, you know, XRP was just kind of catching up to something like Bitcoin. All right, how many people were, I think it was last Tuesday's class? We had this fib from this low, this low to this high. Market came back 50% of the whole move. And this is where, like, you know, definitely studying like Kurt's favorite sessions and the whole fib. I mean, look, 50%. You also have a psychological number, 20,000. Market went boom. You have equal high. Let me see. Lower time frames. Yeah, on the daily, you have equal highs sitting right here. Market came up, dropped, came back up, dropped. Market gave us a nice push, and then now the market's really running for 30K. Now, don't get caught trying to sell this, because this can just really rally and take all your money. So, you know, you look at Bitcoin, what it's doing. I mean, sure. Whoops, that was a terrible trend line, but sure, it could run from here, or it can come lower and maybe trade back into 25,000. But this is looking really good. What's up, Japan? What's up, Yuki? How you doing? This is really good for crypto if they're printing more money. It's really good for crypto if there's more, like $2 billion of Tether just came into the market today. Do you understand what that means? Hold on, actually, I can just look it up here. If they're just printing more stable coins, okay. Hold on. CoinGecko didn't report it yet. I don't think so. Hold on. See how you have this huge spike in Tether? 77. Yeah, they printed about 1 billion. They printed about 1 billion Tether. Okay, the past 24 hours or last night, right? This is just printing more stablecoin. Boom, money came in March 16th. They're printing Tether. They're printing stablecoins. Y'all understand that? They're just making more Tether, inflating it, and then putting it into what? other projects. Now the question is, as they print more Tether, do they actually have those reserves? Okay, do they actually have those reserves? So that's what we're dealing with right now in this market. They're just printing more dollars, printing more Tether, printing more stable coins, all to do what? Save these banks and manipulate these markets. But if you guys have been paying attention, we're looking good. So what could Bitcoin do from here? All right, let's take a look. Let's look at this on the weekly. You know, we've broken this down. I'll leave this here on the 3-day time frame. Really, this level, like this is, I mean, we're right here. Like we were just taught, we literally have almost doubled in price since the low. And really, this level is so close. I mean, just one push up. So I would be very careful of sorting right here. I'd, you know, potentially look to short at 31,000 to see if we can get that move back down. But this market, guys, can literally go parabolic at any point. You have some news regarding the whole like SWIFT banking system, which is most likely leading to a rally in XRP. This is a key level, and if you guys have been watching the Go Lives, we've talked about price coming back up. You have 50 cents, a psychological number. If we can flip this and get above 50 cents, something that XRP, you know, a lot of these analysts look at is this 50-day moving average. I don't trade with indicators, but you can see the daily candle is going to close above this indicator on the daily. The 3-day, I mean, it hasn't been above, you know, in quite some time when market was going up. The last time the market pushed, you know, 40%, similar to like today. But if you haven't looked at XRP, just want to remind you all, okay, this is when I was in the game. XRP had a day where it went up 200%. It had a 2-week run when it went up 800%. And it had, I mean, if you go to the top, but let's just go to the candle closure, it had a 3-week run when it went up 1,000%. XRP. So if you don't think this can't do that again, I'm not saying it's going to, but I'm just saying 200% is back at $1.15. 1,000% from the weekly, it's above $4 for 1 XRP. It's about a 10x from current price. So, yeah, don't think that this can't make a move and it can't do something similar. So we're playing off this level. Everybody was very, very bearish, and when you have when you have a sentiment or a world full of bears, right? The bulls will come in and liquidate, right? Let's go to coinglass.com and look at the liquidation data. Van Roy, yes, go into my favorite sessions and look at, do you believe in magic of trading? Well, let me just show you. So when you come in to go live, go to the favorite sessions below. Do you believe in magic? Yep. And if you guys are new here to DCX, welcome, number one. Number two, please go through our favorite sessions. Understanding tokenomics 101, understanding like what is a token, like how do you know if you should buy something or not. 3 mindsets of a trader, why the banks are failing. Okay, if you really want to know why the institutions keep letting you down and why your bank is not even safe, please go watch that. I'll just kind of tell you guys about those sessions for right now. So today, look, we've seen $141 million of money lost just on these futures platforms right here. Yeah, and if you guys don't know, we have DCX futures, brand new. More information will be released on it in Orlando, and then after Orlando, we are going to really, going to change the game, and I hope you guys are excited. If you guys don't know, DCX futures, we're going to be putting out 3 to 5 trades a day. You have to do research on what countries you're involved with, if you can even trade futures and all that stuff. But if you can trade, and we're going to do some fast starts and help you guys find some some of the best options. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Who's ready for 3 to 5 trades a day? I mean, not on exchange. I mean, this is essentially leverage trading, but futures are a little bit different. No spread. You got to find the platform. Obviously, you got to find the broker. We'll point you in some directions. Never telling you which brokers to use or anything like that, or any links. But we'll tell you kind of what to look for. It's going to be insane. So make sure your teams know. Make sure your people that you're looking to bring into the company know, because it's going to be wild. So we talked about ETH. We talked about Bitcoin. Talk about Ripple. I talked about ETH on the round table, and I mean, this has had a nice run as well, right? We've been waiting for this level right here to get hit, about 50% of this candle, and we're trading in that level right now. So the question is does it want to make a move and continue running to the upside? I love it. You guys are excited. Let's go. Is there a time schedule for the Orlando event? Yes. Go to im.academy or imacademy.events. It should be there. And then I believe there's an application as well. So all the steps should be there. There's an application called YAPP, YAPP, and then it tells you the schedule of the event. But all the information is on imacademy.events. If you guys are in Europe, our next convention is going to be in Croatia. I will be there. Zagreb. Oh man, that's going to be a movie. Okay, but over here, just click Learn More. Download this app. You type in I Am Americas, and then it pulls up all of the information you need for the event. Guys, tickets are so affordable. It is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure tickets are still left. You just got to create an account here, and then you can get your tickets if you haven't done that already, okay? So ETH has been playing this level. We've been talking about this literally since November, how ETH could come up, came into this level, mitigated, dropped, and is now pushed back into this candle right here. I mean, literally right here is going to be a key level. Other than that, now we're really playing the game of, okay, do we come into 2,700 to 3,000 will be the next level I'm looking at if this breaks. And it's very, very possible. You look at the monthly time frame. This was the last push up before this fast move down. So I'm really looking for about 50% of that candle right there. Market to come up and continue to the downside. So be careful pressing sell right now. Tomorrow, okay, please write this down. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. Here's why. They are supposed to raise interest rates tomorrow. Okay, I'm on forexfactory.com. Click on this little button. I'm just going to put it on all USD in red folders. I'm going to click apply filter. And if you guys don't know, over the past couple of weeks, we've had a lot of news, right? We've had unemployment in the United States go up, which means less people are working, less people have jobs. That number, I think, is going to continue to rise. Okay. Second thing is you had inflation. Well, okay, actually, real quick. Monday, March 13th, the Fed had an emergency meeting where, what do you think they talked about? They talked about these banks failing, guys. They talked about what we're going to do. Are we going to pivot? They talked about the interest rates. They talked about everything. And isn't it interesting that Jerome Powell's speech from like the week of March 7th, it was very negative. He was talking about basically how inflation was going back up. But then inflation stays the same. And then guess what? You saw you saw inflation back-to-back 6%. And then guess what we have tomorrow? Interest rates. Now they're expecting to raise rates, which is what I took away from Jerome Powell's speech. It's on YouTube from a couple weeks ago. When he was doing an when he had a court hearing, right? Now, what I'm hearing and what is possible is that they only raise rates. Let me take a step back. I believe they were going to raise rates, but if they continue to raise rates, what's going to happen to more of these banks? These banks are going to fall apart. And then who has to bail them out? That's why the money printer went on today. So tomorrow we could see either a 0% rate hike, or what if potentially they minus 25 basis points and they start to go backwards. What then happens? Oh, there's the pullback on Ripple that we're talking about. Now don't get caught, okay? Don't get caught pressing sell here, and then this market continues. Just saying. Look all the way to the left, guys. Watch this. I gotta go to the higher time frame. Did that wick into that level? Very close. We'll just leave it on the daily. 50% of this last huge push up. Boom, bada bing. That's a nice 200 pip move if you guys played off that level. And if you take a fib from the top to the bottom, ooh, it got so close to that 80%, but it went 50% and then pushed down. Okay, so be careful in this range. You know, I'd be looking for buys down here if it did come back down here. Be careful pressing sell, especially as price has already made its move, is making its move down. Okay, so back to this. If they go 0.25 basis points, or excuse me, if they go negative, or keep or keep no raise, which they haven't done in what, like over a year in time now, we could start to see crypto and the other financial markets keep going higher. Now isn't that what they want when they're seeing banks fall, right? They want people to be depositing money in the bank right now because they need those deposits, right? You saw gold. I mean, gold literally had a crazy great. Gold almost went to the all-time high. Or you have US 30, which is really setting up for a nice, or did set up for a nice buy. Literally yesterday, wow. I was on a plane, I think. That's a nice buy yesterday morning. If they say 0%, just know we're going to see these markets rally. So that's what we're dealing with, guys, this week. Okay, just put a yes in the chat if you understand. Tomorrow's going to be very important, 2 p.m. Eastern. Be careful what trades that you're in. Expect volatility and understand that we could start to see this market start to move, which may be what it's doing right now. But Bitcoin is really kind of just hanging out at 28,000. I believe we're going to see some volatility. If they go 0% raise, no raise in interest rates, or decreasing, I expect this thing to run potentially even to 38,000. This level right here will look like chopped liver if they go no raise, or even 25 basis points. You can make an argument that this could that we still could see a bullish reaction, because from what I took away from what Jerome Powell was saying is that 25 basis points was like that's what they were going to do, like slowly raise the rates. Then he said inflation started to trade higher, so it was going to call for, what did he say? He said like unnecessary measures, or whatever language he said. It's on the interview. But basically, it was going to call for extreme measures, which would mean 50 or 75 basis points. But that was before everything started to happen with Silicon Valley Bank and Silvergate and all these banks. So if they had that emergency meeting on March 13th, which they did, it had it at 11:30 a.m. It's not on here because it was not documented. And then they kind of go against what they're saying with inflation. And now these banks, and now they're saying that they're going to do whatever it takes to keep these banks alive. Janet Yellen is saying, I think we don't see a raise tomorrow. And that obviously could be why we're starting to move, to the upside here on some of these assets. So nobody here essentially knows for sure, but from the chart perspective, a lot of these projects, they're looking like they're ready to run. Okay, look where right here is in our exchange ID at 15 cents. Right, this has had its nice pullback. It actually has hit our entry twice. 14.61 was our entry one. And look at that, we actually just wicked it again off of an exchange idea. We saw this thing come back down. We got an entry down there on a go live session. From the charts perspective, I could see a lot of these altcoins start, getting ready to make this move to the upside. I got to charge this thing here in a second. So let's take a look at a few projects, guys. We have Ren. That may pull back to entry one. Okay. Entry one was called out somewhere here. Yeah, right here, February 12th. We hit our entry, we ran. This is, guys, these are exchange ideas. So when we say exchange ideas, these are for your portfolio. Okay. This is when you go to CoinGecko and you actually type in the crypto at the top right. And you come down here, whoops, markets, and then it shows you all the different exchanges you can grab that crypto. Just make sure it's at the exchange idea price. So this starts to push back down aggressively back toward 8 cents. You can look for a potential re-entry around 9 cents right here. This is definitely giving us some liquidity that we can come back and take out down the road. Okay, GRT. I mean, we've scaled. Hopefully, you've been paying attention many different times. We had this trend line. It broke out. Really looking between 7 and 13 cents. I do like this candle right here, where if price wants to come back into this zone around 12, 13 cents. I do like that for an exchange play. Now, I did just drop. Okay, how many of you guys got the exchange ID on your phone? Dropped this about an hour or 2 hours ago. Maker. Okay. Now, I know I put an A here. I need to send out an update. The ticker symbol for Maker, guys, is M-A-K-R. Oh, excuse me. That's where I messed up. It's M-K-R. M-K-R. I actually need to send out a picture because I shouldn't have put. Actually, let me do that real quick with you guys. So, Maker. Let me send this in the app to the exchange chat. Guys, please make sure you have all your notifications on. Previous exchange idea. Okay, so it's MKR, MKR. I was rushing and I was trying to get the idea out because I like that level. What do you think about Helium Pro? I like Helium. Do you think Maker can run fast? I'm not a magician, guys. I can't tell you how fast it's going to run. But some of the market has moved and Maker didn't. So I like that, right? ETH made a nice move, but it moved so fast that some of these altcoins couldn't catch up because remember, how money flows in crypto. Okay, always remember this. Money flows from main cap to low cap, or excuse me, main cap to mid cap to low cap. Now, this isn't a bull market, okay? You're not going to really see too many low cap projects have huge runs right here, but market will go from main cap to the mid cap. So Maker would be like a mid cap project, mid cap to low cap, and then low cap back to, main cap and, kind of something like that, right? Look, mid cap, then main cap. And that's the whole purpose, right? Is to create more Bitcoin and more Ethereum. And this is what we're going to help you guys do with futures. So get ready for that. I like rent around 9 cents, yes. Delete the app, download it again, Crypto G. It should have gone off. Okay, make sure you have notifications obviously on your phone on as well. So that's what we're seeing here. Just wanted to give you guys an update. Around $600 to 600, 600 to 688. But entry one was just hit on our app, 680. Okay. We'll go over a few other projects, guys. I went over Chainlink. Balancer's entry on the exchange ideas is at $6. Okay, we hit it here, ran, pulled back, gave us a nice level. Oh no, that was already filled. TP1 for Balancer is $24. So I do like that level right there. Illuvium has pulled back. I was able to catch an entry here at $59. Are the banks collapsing helping make BTC bull? Yeah, for sure. 100%. Did you know South Dakota's governor? It doesn't matter. They're all going to try to push CBDCs, but it's South Dakota. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody. I mean, I'm not saying South Dakota is not a great state, but what's the population compared to the other major cities, other major countries? So they can do whatever they want, making the use of BTC illegal for paying for goods. That's at a state level, but at a federal level, if the federal government says, hey, we're going to accept Bitcoin, they're going to legally have to do that. Are the banks, yeah, I already answered that. Still having trouble finding a good entry point. Can you explain this one more time? Explain an entry point for what? Are you going to drop Illuvium on Swipecoin? Yes, if this pulls back to a better entry. I think $69 is great. I just dropped Maker, so I'm not going to drop another project here today. I want to see what happens with the news tomorrow. So, you know, we don't need to be in 100 different projects. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take an entry right now where it's at, I like this level. This could move from right here. But I'm going to be a little bit more patient just in case we want to come back down to 62. This is an exchange idea, so you can DCA. But I do like Illuvium in general. Uniswap, this is another project I'm watching here. If this wants to make, you guys see this, this is hit and then fell. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Let's see if if Uniswap can make a push down, guys, here you go. Between $5 and $5.60, I like this level here to play off of a portfolio. A portfolio move here on Uniswap. So if we see this, for whatever reason, come back down here, around $5.50, you definitely have the green light to start to scale in Uniswap. This is one of the biggest projects in DeFi. I'm going to start marking this up right now. This is going to go on the app. Really want to see one more push back down to about $1 more. So from where it's at right now, it's about $5.50. Dang, that's a nice entry right there. If we take a fib from this low to this high, oof, we might have missed that because I was not paying attention, but it's okay. I mean, Uniswap at 630 is not a bad entry. This was really that entry I wanted. Let's see if we get back. Let's see if we get that push back down. I didn't have my alert on this chart. I don't know why it didn't go off. It's okay. I'm gonna be patient here. I like Algorand, where Algorand is pretty much sitting at. If this pushes back maybe 2 more cents down to about 20 cents, I like this level between 18 and 20 cents. See how the market had to push down? Market rebalanced itself right here off of this candle. Boom. I like to see if we get that again to the downside. Kusama is on my list, I think. Yeah, R. Thomas, good work. You've been paying attention on the classes. Exactly. That's the exact level I want to see it push down into. And it actually almost hit it when we were in Europe. I'd love to see between $29 and $31. I mean, Kusama, wasn't this like at 500 or something? Just something crazy. I mean, even at $35, guys, this is not a bad entry right here. Thanks for bringing it up, Van Roy. It's not at a bad entry right now. I mean, this looks pretty bullish. If this can close above here, this definitely has potential to get back to $46. So I'd like to see this liquidity get swept. We just, maybe come up here, boom, consolidate here, and then make a rally. So I'd love to see this level here. You guys can take a picture of this chart. Just a long-term hold right here, DCA level, $29 to $31. And I hope you guys know with futures, I mean, we're going to be able to really capitalize. So like this sell, like for example, like this might not be on some MetaTrader 4 brokers because this is how it is. But like this sell down, we'll be able to trade on futures down, capitalize, right? Do that, and then exchange, take an exchange position here and actually like buy the physical asset and then hold it for a higher point. So create capital going down, put that capital into the portfolio going up. Does that make sense to everybody? Oh my God, that got me fired up. Because MT4, right, you're limited to certain pairs. Okay, with futures, and we're going to break this down on a huge go live next week. On futures, we can trade almost every single pair. Now, we're going to focus on the top 100. So you're going to have many educators. Some of the educators that don't even call out trades, that trade ideas that can, they're going to be looking at top 100 pairs and helping us call out ideas. So I can't tell you who, but we're going to have a bunch of educators. It's going to be like 10 educators calling out ideas. So just know, oh, Kusama goes down? Great. Before, we couldn't capitalize here. With this, we will. Market drops. Portfolio, baby, and then take it to the moon. It's going to be exciting, guys. It's going to be exciting times. So, other than that, XRP is definitely the talk around town today. Let's see if this can see what it does here. All right, this is definitely a level I've been talking about, looking for selling opportunities. See how the market pushed up, dropped, came about 50%, dropped down. Look at that. Boom. 50% of that candle, never closed under, consolidated for like, forever, and then now it's pushing up and trading into this candle. So that when we get above this, now we're talking about 80 cents, but really on the higher time frames, that's my target, 115 for TP1. Okay. Guys, have a great rest of your day. I appreciate y'all. I got to get a bunch of things done here. Getting ready for our Orlando convention this weekend. Excited to see you guys. Tomorrow, me and Kurt will be live with you at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Excited to see you guys. And, if you're on the fence still of going, all I'll say is it'll cost a lot more if you don't go. Much love. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Stay patient.